Hi, welcome to Miracle Monday. This is Dawn Petalino, your transformational coach, and I'm a spiritual life coach that helps women going through transitions. I'm also the best-selling author of Peace, Power, and Miracles. And Miracle Monday, if you're new to Miracle Monday, it's where I offer you some truths based on the Course in Miracles and A Course of Love, as well as other metaphysical books, to remind you of the love that you are, to remind you of the love that you are connected to, so that you can increase in love, freedom, joy, and abundance in your life. And today's Miracle Monday is about rebuilding trust in relationships, which can be difficult because a lot of times we don't even notice when the trust is getting eroded. Why is that? Well, because we carry so much shame and unworthiness within ourselves. And that sometimes when we feel attacked, we either want to lash out and blame the other person, or we take it in and we minimize ourselves and we condemn ourselves. Either way, we're keeping ourselves separate from this other individual. Now, the truth of the matter is there is only one life here, and that is the life of Source, life of infinite intelligence, divine, God, whatever you want to call it. That life force is the only life here, and it is love. Bottom line, no matter what you call it, it's love, and love is the only life force that is here. So whenever I'm seeing this person with the eyes of blame or attack or shame at myself, I'm separating. And I'm also separating from them, which is separating from that love, that life force. A Course of Love will remind us that love is relationship. It is relationship itself. That is love. And that within relationship is where healing happens and where we gain greater experience of that power of love. But if we deny ourselves the experience through blame or through shame, then we keep ourselves separate from that love, and we continue to see through the eyes of that wounded, hurt, separate, not good enough, not worthy enough self, which is not true. So the Course in Miracles reminds you that every relationship is a divine assignment for maximal growth opportunity, and that every relationship has a gift. It is to free us back to our own innocence. But in order to do that, we have to surrender the relationship to be used for His purpose, for the universe's purpose, for the purpose of divine love. However divine love would like to use this relationship, we become willing. That may or may not mean we stay together or remain friends or have lunch together. But a healing can occur, a healing within ourselves. So when the trust erodes in a relationship, and a lot of times it comes in these little ways we don't even know. For myself, I had the experience of where I was sharing something with my boyfriend, and he, in a very loving way, said, "Oh, don't worry about it, it'll be okay." Now, he thought he was calming my fears. The part in me that was wounded, that said, my fears don't matter, what I have to say doesn't matter, this person doesn't care about me, and those are very old wounds, have nothing to do with this guy. But when he said that, it triggered all those old wounds, and I said something like, "Yeah, I guess," which isn't in my power, and it also reconfirmed my fear that I was alone in my fear, and that no one was there to help me, and that what I had to say didn't matter, and that I was alone. That was basically the bottom line. So I got off the phone call feeling alone. Now, I could have blamed him. I could have, and not that I didn't go there, I could have blamed him, and I could have said, he should have said this, and he didn't say that, and I needed this, and I could have done all that. And part of that is necessary in order for me to get in touch with why I was feeling what I was feeling. So that's the first step. When you feel attacked, when you feel diminished in some way, go into what did they do, and then how did I feel when they did that? Because you remember, no one can make you feel anything. They only push the buttons of the hurt that already exists inside of us, whether that hurt is abandonment, whether it is a fear of rejection, whether it is I am alone, I don't matter. What we all have a little mantra. We all do. Everyone has a hurt child inside of them. And when that hurt gets hurt, that's where we want to attack back or blame ourselves. So I have to ask myself, when he said that, what did I interpret that as? What was I reading into that with? What part of me felt diminished? What did I think he was saying by doing or saying X, Y, or Z? And before you talk to that person, get clear with yourself. Take responsibility for your own feeling. Now, what they did might not have been appropriate, but that doesn't negate that it's you who's feeling. You are feeling the unworthiness. You are feeling the unlovability. And no one can make us feel that way unless it already is in there in a wound inside of us. So the first thing is, we have to, before you talk to the person, because otherwise you'll talk and you'll get angry or really into shame, is get clear about that. Let me back up one step. Before you do that, surrender the relationship. Surrender the relationship to the divine to be used for his purposes, for his or her purposes, and that ask for healing to occur. Once you welcome that in, then the Course in Miracles tells us that you will then receive the gift of the relationship. Otherwise, if we see our brother only as a body, then we negate the gift. We miss it. Which of the gift is healing ourselves and healing the other one and reconnecting love and safety within that relationship. So I get clear, I pray, I get clear about what is going on with me and how when you did this, I felt this way. It reminded me of this. And it made me feel blank, meaning it made me feel unworthy. It's also good to tell the person, I'm not saying you created that. I'm just telling you what your behavior triggered in me. And it involves a vulnerability. It involves being open. It involves being very honest. It involves being willing not to blame the other person, but to take ownership for your own emotions. Remember, the healing is happening for you. Now, if you're in a relationship where the two of you are working at this, then the other person listens without advice, without a response, without trying to judge. Remember, if you are the listener, you are listening purely to understand your partner's experience. I'm here to just understand. Help me to understand. And if they're not blaming you for it and they're taking ownership, then it's a little bit easier for the partner to just listen and just to accept, I'm not here to fix this. I'm here to understand and to hold their experience with compassion, knowing it came from a past part of them that was very hurt and afraid of not feeling loved. Then you can switch and the other person can share their experience, but not as a response or an attack to what the other person did, just this was what was going on with me. Now, whenever we're able to listen without taking responsibility for the other person's experience, we are able to listen with compassion. You know, I was able to share this experience with my boyfriend, and I was prefacing it with, you did not cause this, but I'm hoping you can help heal it. Then you can ask, you know, I need to know in those moments when I get triggered and I'm not my adult self, I just need to know that someone's there. I just need you to put your arms around me and tell me it's okay, you're not alone. That would be very healing. And they can share what would be healing to them. And you rebuild the trust and the safety within the relationship by offering what's in the best interest of the relationship. Not, I need this and you better do that and this and that. It's not a need, it's not a contest. of, well, I need this, and if you do that, I'll bargain with you and you can do this. It's not a compromise. It's looking at the relationship as an entity itself that needs nurtured. Remember, love is the relationship itself. And when we act in the best interest of the relationship, as 12-step programs will tell us, personal progress depends upon unity, then there is an opportunity to heal. Now I am more inclined when my partner feels unappreciated, rather than feel like I got to get defensive about, well, I did this X and Z, why does he feel unappreciated? No, I end up holding him in compassion, reminding myself this is coming from a little wound in him, from a hurt place in him. And he just needs to know I appreciate him. Can I offer that? I sure can when I'm coming from love. It's not a problem. If I'm coming from fear, I'll get into defensiveness. I keep us separate, and love doesn't have room to enter. So when you want to build that trust in a relationship and build that safe container, be honest, be open, be willing. Surrender the relationship. Take ownership for your experience. Ask your partner just to listen. And then ask for what the wound might need. Remember, they didn't cause it. You're just asking, would you partner with me in healing this? Do it in a way that doesn't blame your partner. Talk in I statements, not you did this, you did that. But when you did this, I felt this way. This was my experience. And in that way, the other person has some room to hold you with compassion and a chance to love you and to heal. Happy Miracle Monday. If you found this helpful, I hope you will like this, like our page. Also, you can go to my website, www.donpetalino.com. And later on this week, I'll be having a blog that goes along with this. So I hope you enjoy that as well. I wish you a miraculous Monday. I wish that you find trust and safety in your relationships and that you learn to heal your wounds by accepting the gift in them. Happy Miracle Monday. Bye for now. I look forward to seeing you next week.